Hello and welcome to Compliance Weekly 29th November 2023. Uh, Let me begin by sharing my screen. Is my screen visible? Yeah, let's walk through milestone board. First one we have to discuss is the add new field projects to compliance frameworks GraphQL by Josefa.
This one was to actually add a new projects field to the existing compliance frameworks field that we have in the namespace query, namespace GraphQL query. So now this will allow us to fetch all the projects associated with a particular compliance framework in a group. So later on, this would be used by front end on the dashboards.
I believe next one is design related compliance. Anyone have any idea to this? Compliance framework report ability to link security policies.
Yeah, I can just talk about it really quickly. So there was a good discussion. Feel free to jump in there and have a look. But there's a really good discussion around how we're planning on doing linking for. So we're building this new compliance framework report that will show a list of all of the linked security policies. So in security policies, you'll be able to link it to a compliance framework. What we want to do is then link it, allow users to be able to link to a security policy from within the compliance framework itself. So we went through and have a solid MVC for that particular feature and how to do that. So yeah, feel free to have a read through that discussion in there.
Yeah, I think next one is the front end part for the same compliance framework report, add security policies. Next one is feature flag with Josefa.
So this was to roll out the group levels audit event streaming to AWS S3. The feature flag has been removed completely from production, and the feature flag issue was closed. The one above that is also a feature flag for the compliance adherence report. I created MRs for removing both the front end as well as the back end feature flags, and both of those are merged, and feature flag has been removed from production.
Next one is with J, enable the adherence.
That's the same thing. I mean,
Okay.
the front end feature flag.
UX bug, put the export button next to each other.
Yes, this was a quick little UX issue. We added the new compliance violation report export a little while ago, and it was sitting underneath. So UX have picked up that was not conforming to our pajamas migrate system, so we just updated that.
Next one is with Josefa, set audit event destination settings for AWS S3 for an instance.
Yes, so this was creating the database tables for being able to emit instance level audit events to AWS S3. So the database table is merged. Now the MR for actually streaming is in maintainer review right now, and the MRs for creating the the GraphQL MRs are also, one of the MR has been approved. It's set MWPS. So I'll be creating other GraphQL MRs for updating and deleting.
Split streaming submit button disabled, computed prop into multiple props.
Yeah, so this was just closed as a duplicate. I had a look into it, and there's another issue for this. So both were created as follow-ups from MRs. So clearly, reviewers and maintainers think this is a problem.
Okay. Okay, so next is we go through planning. 16.7 compliance planning. So I think first one here is with me only. Migrate audit events to ClickHouse. So for this, we now actually do have a audit events table in for ClickHouse in production. and I'm hoping to send a MR this week to start the progress on data transfer. So let's see how it goes. First, I will enable things on staging and check it for a day or two, and then enable it on production. Next is
Um,
with, yeah,
sorry,
sorry.
I'll just jump in on the SSO SAML authentication for merge request
Ah,
approvals. Even though Sam's not here, so it had been released and then reverted last milestone. The MR to add it back in, but behind a feature flag has been created and is in review with the auth team, and the implementation plan for the instance level has been started, and hopefully we can get that completed by the end of this week. So that's sort of on track at the moment, but keeping very close eye on it with the customer escalation.
Thanks, Nate. Next is with Jay, standard adherence report improvements.
Yeah, so we did a few improvements on the adherence report, the front end side, as well as filtering is done. And I'll just do a demo at the end of all the planning lists, like a quick demo to show some of them.
Good. So next is the admin and group level branch protection settings. It is with me. So in this milestone, I was planning to complete the migrations. I've already created both MRs for it, but review might or will take more time than usual because the source code team also don't have I would say much knowledge in this code base area. So they actually have to go through the code base to actually dig up all the values and then review it. So I'm just blocked on reviewing here and hoping it gets reviewed this week, and so I can tick this off. Next one is with Josefa, streaming audit events to AWS S3.
Yes. So the group level is already was already released last milestone. Right now, I'm working on the instance level where I just discussed previously. The database MR is merged. The MR to actually start streaming is in maintainer review, and the one of the GraphQL MRs has been approved. And I'm working on the rest of the MRs.
Yeah, I believe the MR is in review with me, so I
Yeah,
will.
one,
Yeah, I think I will get it to today. So
yeah,
it will
no
get
problem.
unblocked. Yeah. Hitesh is not here. And
I do
company.
have an
Ah,
sorry, I do have an update on that one. So I believe the APIs for group level have all been, I mean, for
Instance
yes,
level.
no, for group level have all been completed, and the instance level APIs have started. The UI work, front end work has begun, but I just added a question in it for yourself, Hassaman.
yeah.
You were confused, and I wanted to ask how to. Do we have a way to populate the database with thousands of projects? Is there a way to populate the local instance to test performance of some of those things?
Ah, mm, I don't have any idea regarding this. I think we can ask in backend channel if there exists any seed file for filling up
Yeah.
thousands of projects, but I haven't tried anything like this before.
Does anyone else know? No.
I think we do have a seed file for projects, but I'm not getting which issue are we talking about right now.
So this is the streaming by filtering the
This
streaming
Ah, okay.
by project and group. So if an instance or a group has thousands of projects, as some of our customers do, then I wanted to test out how the UI works as well as the performance of the queries, and just test the front end a little bit deeper. I just wonder if we're
I
able to.
think for query performance, you can just fetch the query you're hitting on the database and check it on Postgres,
Yeah,
the
database.
database lab we have. So it will give a better results than just mimicking the behavior on local.
Yeah, but also just for the front end, want to test it on the
You want to see if scrolling and everything is looking good.
all that sort of stuff, because I'm a bit worried about it, how it'll work, and whether we need to change the design. But yeah, I can ask in the back end channel.
No, I think, I mean, it's if we don't have a seed file, then it's pretty easy. We could just schedule those workers manually and just create some random
Yeah.
projects there instead of doing that and creating manually. So you can just, in the Rails console, you can just call that call the worker that creates the new project, and then probably with some random names, some inside a group or a subgroup, so that we have all those level of nestings, and then should be easy. I'll just take a look and probably share a command in the our group's Slack channel.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next is with J, comprehensive instance level audit log.
Yep, so this one is just completing some more instance level audit log issues. Still need to kind of fill this out. Just haven't had a chance to since I got back last week.
Yeah, Mark is not here. I believe we are just checking agenda here. There are two questions by Nate and Jay.
Yeah, I can go first. So I started a PTO issue for the end of year holiday season just to try and capture stuff. But Jay has come up with a way better idea and created a shared calendar for us. So there is details in there how to hook it up to your PTO by Dell, whatever it is, in Slack, and then it'll automatically update, and then we can all, I've added everyone in compliance to it, so you should receive it and be able to add it to your calendar. But yeah. And then, yeah, pass it over to Jay as well for his fun.
Yeah, so I'll just do a quick demo to show what was on the improvements. Just give me 1 second. Can you see that all right? So the standard adherence report, it's gone through a little bit of UX feedback and some feedback from others, and we've gone ahead and removed the check descriptions, changed a bit of the UX look, and moved or mentioned if there's a fix available for failure, as well as realigned some things just because we had some redundant information that was in both the table and the sidebar. As well, we have some filtering. So for example, you can filter by project, check, and it'll just return the one result. Likewise, clear your filters, and that's the current update. So this filter MR should hopefully be out and through the reviews soon. And then after that, it is grouping and export, as well as the scan adherence, scan on demand. And that's it for the quick demo.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. I think that's it for the agenda. So everyone wave to the camera so I can stop recording.